Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to MATLAB Tech. In today's video, we are going to be looking at variables. Let's get into it. Now, in order to talk about the variables, using the command window will not be the best way of teaching that, because using variables in the command window is not that much necessary, and mostly you end up using the variables when you are working with the script files. So I'll quickly open up a script file and then we'll get into that. All right, so I've got my script file set up. Now the first question one would ask is what is a variable? This is not a MATLAB code. I'm just writing this here to show you something. First question one would ask is what is a variable and why should I care about it? Why should I use it? Now, variable is basically a name given to a memory location where temporary data will be stored during the time that you are running the program. Now, you would ask why you would want to use a variable. It's simple actually. Let's say you are creating a program, or you're writing a script file that uses the number, or let's say pi, that uses pi, or not even pi. Let's say it uses the gravitational constants to calculate a few stuff. Maybe let's say about 5 calculations in which you'd use the gravitational constant. Now, if this gravitational constant is, let's say, 10, it means that for all those 5 you would have written 10 at all those places, and then you'd be writing all of that. Now, if you would like to make a change to this gravitational constant, maybe you want to change it to 9.81, you would end up going through all these 5 different places that you use the 10 and change them to 9.8, and doing so would require time. Let's say you are working with hundreds of lines of code. You would find it difficult to go through every single line of code to change where you have used that gravitational constant. And to solve this problem, that's when the variables are used. You have a variable, you create a variable, then you assign a value to that variable, which means anytime you call that variable, anytime you use that variable, you are basically referring to that value. And in any case that you need to change the value that you are using for the variable, you just go to where you define the variable and change the value over there, and automatically anywhere the variable is used, the new value will reflect over there. Now let's look at how to create a variable in MATLAB. You use the assignment operator equal to create a variable, but first you have to have a variable name. So essentially you have a variable name, and then you have an assignment operator equal to, and you equate it to the value of the variable. Now, when you write this in MATLAB, what it does is it allocates a memory location. It allocates a memory location and name that memory location, or reference that memory location with the name that you have given the variable, and then it puts the value that you have assigned a variable in that memory location. So anytime I call the name of the memory location, or I use the name of the memory location, it's actually referring to the value at that memory location. For example, I want to create a variable called age, and I would like to store maybe 25 in there as a number. What this does is to create a memory location, and then label that memory location label that memory location age, and then place the number 25 in that memory location. So it means that anytime I use the variable age, I would essentially be referring to the number 25. Yeah, and that's how simple it is to create a variable. But for just to test how variables are used, we can maybe we can use this variable to create something that's nice, or maybe a program to have a feel of how to use it. All right, so I'm going to create a variable, 2 variables actually, x and y. I'm going to say x is equal to maybe 45, and y should be equal to maybe a function of x. So it could be 3 times of x, 3 times x. Realize that what this does is to first create a memory location, label that memory location x, put the value 45 in that memory location. Then the next line, it creates another memory location, y, and then it puts 3 times of the value of x in that new memory location. So last time we used the display function, display y right here, and I go ahead and run this code. I should get 135 as over here, which is the 3 times of the 45y. Now one last thing to note is that your variable names should be precise. It should be it should give much information about what you are storing in the variable as possible. So don't just use a letter, maybe J, to represent the age of someone. It will make the code less readable. If you want to represent the age of someone, you can use the word age to be your variable name, to be equal to something. And your variable names should not be separated words. Should be one word. And as such, if you want to write multiple words, we separate them with an underscore. For example, if I want to write age of Kofi, I wouldn't write age of Kofi like this. I'd rather write age underscore Kofi, or maybe age underscore of underscore Kofi. If I equate maybe 34, I use assignment operator to give it its value. This is seen as one word in MATLAB, age of Kofi, because I didn't even use any space. But just for readability, use the underscore to separate the different words in the name of the variable. Yeah, that's it for this video. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoy, please leave a like behind, subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. MATLAB Tech signing out.